anyone tell me one characteristic of a desert? Kenya, can you turn towards me so I notice that you're focused? Thank you. Jason, what's one important fact or characteristic?
It's hot in the day and it's cold at night, and sometimes maybe scorpions might come out. And did you know that I think sometimes scorpions dig little holes to hide in when a predator approaches, they come out and they put the poison in them.
Right. So Jason, what I heard you say, the one important fact that I heard you say was that it's hot during the day and cold at night. What's another important desert fact?
Beautiful landforms and
Beautiful, beautiful landforms. What's another one, Chloe?
less than 10 inches per rain.
Less than 10 inches of rain per year. That's
Nothing.
That's 3. Dominic.
There's strong winds.
Strong winds. That's 4. We need one more fact. Troy.
Hot and dry.
It's very hot and dry in the desert. Now, in the book that we read, the ABC book about the desert, we learned about tons of animals in the desert, one of which that Jason just explained to us, right? The scorpion. The scorpion was one of them. And Jason, I heard you say that a scorpion might dig holes to escape the predators. Why else might an animal dig holes and live under the sand during the day? Gianni.
It actually shows in my my picture of the desert folder, and it's actually darker in the hole, so it provides more shade.
Oh my goodness, I heard a really important word. I heard him say shade.
Keyword.
And if it's shaded underground, is it more hot or less hot underground?
Less hot.
It's less hot underground. So a lot of the animals in the desert do something called adapt. And we heard the word adapt during our last unit in science on living, non-living, and once-living things. So all animals in the desert have some kind of adaptation. I just want to spend a couple of minutes and talk about other animals that might adapt to either the hot weather of a desert or the dry weather in the desert. Jason, do you have another one?
No, but you forgot to underline of.
Why?
Because that's one of our words.
One of our what words?
Our words.
Our word wall words. Excellent. So we have some kind of, right? That's going to be a big red flag saying we should know how to spell that word. Adaptation. So let's talk right now, and I want you to think about the question that I'm asking. What other animals adapt to the hot or dry weather in a desert? Brianna.
The phoenix fox.
What is the fennec fox, or how does the fennec fox adapt in the desert?
It lives under the ground, and when it's dark, it comes out to find food.
Right. So I think what I'm going to add to our animals in the desert page is that a lot of the animals, the ways that they adapt is they burrow tunnels underground to stay warm, right? To stay warm? What are you thinking, Elijah?
Stay cool.
To stay cold. Great job. Okay, so today we're going to learn all about different ways that they adapt in the desert and different different kinds of animals in the desert. I want you to think about some animals in the desert that only eat meat. Does anyone know what an animal is called if they only eat meat? So I'm going to write meat eater equals, what do we call those animals, Claude? Carnivores. And actually, I might write that in red. What would red represent? Okay, Kenya.
Like special word, I think.
Okay, maybe it's a special word. It's a harder word, right? We haven't seen that word before. But think of a carnivore, a meat eater. What would the red represent, Rihanna?
It only eats raw meat.
Right, it eats lots of raw meat, and raw meat is what color?
Right.
Red. So another animal in the desert might be a plant eater. And what do we call plant eaters, Jamarius? Herbivores. Wow, Jamarius, that was an awesome guess. That was correct. Herbivore. An herbivore. And another one is something that eats both plants and meat. What do we call them? Jason?
Omnivores, like
Oh
us.
my goodness, I can't believe you guys know this already. You guys
We're
are
all-
so smart. I'm going to call you guys smarty pants. So we have both plants and meat. We call them omnivores. An omnivore. So we have animals that eat meat, carnivore. Animals that just eat plants, herbivore. And animals that eat both plants and meat, and they are omnivores. Alright, now I'm going to get tricky. What about animals that are awake at night? And I'll put the word awake above it. Awake at night. What do we call them? Elijah?
Nocturnal.
Holy moly, me oh my.
You're the
Apple of my eye. Boy, I
loved one like you.
That is called nocturnal. So we have awake during the night, which are nocturnal. And then we have, and I'll do this one in yellow. You might not be able to see it that well. Awake during the day. Nyla, thank you so much for making sure you're in a level 0 unless I call your name. So we have awake during the day. What are they called? This is a tricky one. It's hard. Troy?
Thank you.
I forgot.
Okay. I'm going to give you a big hint. Night and nocturnal start with the letter N. Day and this word both start with the same letter too. Gianni, you want to take a guess?
It's either nocturnal or dawn.
You're so close. Lunabella?
It's something for me. Sometimes it's words don't exactly to use. It's either. I think it's kind of
Okay. So I'm going to give you a bigger hint. It's die. Nyla? Diurnal. So we have awake at night, nocturnal, awake at day, diurnal. Okay. Now, I have a huge challenge for you. I have this page desert, but I don't know what their names are. And it's your job as super scientific second graders to find out what these are called by matching the number with the letters that are next to it. So this number is 17. So I look up here for 17, and what letter is next to 17, Kenya? So I'm going to write the letter S on the line. The next one is 3, so I'm going to look for 3, and I see that is a C. And then you're going to spell out what that animal is. Does anyone think they know already and they can just tell us, but still spell it out with your partner during science today? Charles.
Scorpion.
Scorpion. So this is a scorpion. So second graders, today during science, we're only going to complete this page with your partners. If you finish before the time runs out, you can try the big challenge on the back, which is a word search to find all of these super hard words. Kenya, thank you for raising your hand.
Are we going to do the cactus then?
We might have time for the cactus. I'm hoping we have time for the cactus. But if we don't, we will definitely have time on Monday. Mr. Claude,
Is that a saguaro cactus?
who can tell me, do you think this is a saguaro cactus or a different kind of cactus? Winter,
A different one.
what makes you think it's a different one?
It makes me think that it's a different one because sometimes when it touches here, sometimes it makes like this is the end.
Oh, and what do we know about a saguaro cactus? Jason,
They're real giant.
they're real giant. Thank you,
So this
Jason.
wall to that wall.
Right, from all the way to this wall to all the way to that wall, a saguaro cactus can grow to be that big. So it might, to Winter, what I heard Winter say was that it doesn't look so big. But you know what? This is a saguaro cactus. It's just not a full-grown saguaro cactus. I see Gianni saying, I knew that. Okay. So we're working on find the desert animals with a partner, and we're working on this if we finish early. So what side do we finish first?